If this video found you, stop and listen. Because the snail did not cross your path by accident. There are moments when nature speaks in symbols, and today, the symbol is one of the most misunderstood messengers of the spiritual world. The snail does not arrive with force, it does not rush, it does not demand attention, and yet its presence carries a message so profound that many souls need to hear it right now. If you have been feeling behind, exhausted, emotionally overwhelmed, or as though life is moving too fast for your spirit to keep up, this message may be exactly what your soul has been asking for. The snail is one of the most sacred symbols of divine timing. In a world that glorifies speed, instant results, urgency, and pressure, the snail appears as a living reminder that not all growth is meant to be fast. Some of the deepest transformations happen slowly, quietly, and almost invisibly. Spiritually, the snail asks you to release the illusion that speed equals success. Sometimes moving slowly is not resistance. Sometimes it is wisdom. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes it is the soul making sure that what is being built within you has roots deep enough to last. The shell itself is incredibly symbolic. The spiral shape of the shell has been recognized across ancient traditions as a sacred symbol of consciousness, evolution, and the unfolding of the soul. The spiral is not random. It represents growth that moves inward and outward at the same time. We do not heal in a straight line. We spiral through lessons. We revisit old wounds from a higher level of awareness. We return to the same emotional themes, but each time with deeper wisdom. This is why the snail carries the spiral on its back. It is the embodiment of the soul's journey. Every life lesson, every heartbreak, every awakening, every return to self is part of the spiral path of becoming. The snail also carries its home with it, and spiritually this speaks to the concept of inner sanctuary. The message here is powerful. Your safety does not have to come from the external world. The true home is within. Many people are searching outside themselves for peace, validation, certainty, and belonging. Yet the snail teaches that your center travels with you. No matter where life takes you, you must learn to return inward. Your nervous system, your intuition, your emotional body, your spirit, these become your home. This symbol often appears when the soul is being called back to inner grounding. There is also a profound message around boundaries. The snail is soft, vulnerable, and deeply sensitive, yet it is protected by its shell. This is especially meaningful for empaths and highly sensitive souls. The snail teaches that softness and protection can coexist. You do not need to become hard to be safe. You do not need to shut down your heart to protect your energy. Instead, you learn conscious boundaries. The shell becomes a spiritual metaphor for energetic discernment, knowing when to extend, when to withdraw, when to speak, and when to remain in sacred silence. For many spiritual traditions, the snail is also associated with patience, perseverance, and trust in divine rhythm. The Hermetic principle of rhythm comes to mind here. Everything moves in cycles, tides, phases, and waves. Not every season is meant for outward expansion. Some seasons are for incubation, some are for stillness, some are for invisible growth. If the snail has been showing up for you, it may be a sign that what feels like delay is actually preparation. The universe may be slowing things down so that your outer reality can align with your inner evolution. Another deeply symbolic aspect of the snail is the trail it leaves behind. Spiritually, this can represent the energetic imprint of your journey. Every place you have been, every person you have touched, every lesson you have lived through leaves a frequency behind. The trail is the evidence of movement, even when the movement seems small. This is important for anyone who feels discouraged. The snail reminds you that progress is still progress, even if it is slow. Tiny steps are still sacred steps. Sometimes the snail appears during periods of burnout or soul fatigue. Its message then becomes even more urgent. Slow down before life slows you down for you. The body often whispers before it screams. The spirit often signals before it collapses. Seeing a snail can be a symbolic nudge from your intuition to rest, to breathe, to stop measuring yourself against the pace of others. Your path is not meant to mirror anyone else's timeline. There is also a mystical teaching hidden in the way the snail moves. It glides with deep contact to the earth. This can symbolize grounded intuition, not spirituality, that floats above life. but spirituality rooted in embodiment. The snail teaches that true wisdom is lived, not just understood intellectually. It is not enough to know spiritual truths. They must be integrated into the body, the habits, the choices, and the way you move through the world. For some, the snail can also symbolize resilience after vulnerability. Despite being delicate, it survives through consistency rather than force. There is something incredibly powerful in that. You do not always need a dramatic breakthrough. Sometimes what transforms your life is simply staying devoted to your healing, your practice, your truth, one small step at a time. So if the snail found you today, ask yourself, where am I being invited to slow down? Where am I forcing what needs time? Where am I forgetting that the spiral path is still forward movement? This is not a symbol of weakness. It is a symbol of sacred pace, soul timing, protection, and inner return. And maybe this is the message your soul needed most right now. You are not behind. You are unfolding in the exact rhythm your spirit requires. If this resonated, comment, spiral below so I know this message found the right souls. And if you are moving through a season of inner transformation and need guidance, my one-to-one soul readings and sessions are open through the alchemical garden. Follow for more spiritual symbolism, signs from nature, and soul messages that help you return to yourself.